We know that you're simple, so we're going to keep it simple. Simple.
Oh, boy.
Simple for you.
The Dougcaster.
Yeah. How you doing? You doing all right? I hope you're doing okay. Why don't you just settle down and be comfortable and just listen to me? Just listen to the velvety, silhouetted tones of my voice. Isn't that like butter or gravy? Or maybe like a cheese grater being rubbed up against the side of your head. Ah! One of those. So anyway, hey, how you doing? Welcome to the Dougcaster. There's a new movie I want to see. Saturday night. It's about the night leading up to the very first episode of Saturday Night, you know, in 76 or 77 or whatever it was. And the cast is supposed to be really good too. Like the people playing all the different people. Like the guy that plays Chevy Chase is supposed to be very good. And I can't remember the other ones. There's one guy who's really important, but I can't think of his name. So I won't. But why am I talking about it? I haven't seen it, eh? Hey, it's on Fandango. I could rent it. Fandango. I don't know. I mean, what the fuck? I'll let you know after I watch it, huh? What are you getting so excited about? So, Saturday Night Live, I watched the most recent one on YouTube a couple nights ago, the one with Bill Burr. And the intro, like the cold open, it was a little too, it was a little too on the nose. It made me uncomfortable. And then Bill Burr came out and did his monologue because Bill Burr was the guy that week. And it was a great monologue. It's perfect. It's like a short bit of just Bill Burr stand up, 7 or 8 minutes, but it was right for the time and the moment. Like, I think if you don't have to watch SNL, I don't usually. I heard Bill Burr was on it, so I decided to check it out. But yeah, good monologue. And he plays a sketch where it's kind of like Good Will Hunting, and he's the janitor that's super smart, and he's putting the answer on the chalkboard, and then the other janitors come in and they're like, "Hey, you didn't clean this over here. Get your ass over." I don't know. It's kind of funny. And then he plays one where he's a grumpy dad on the phone. Like there's these kids are calling their dads, and there's these things going on. Like there's one call and it's emotional, and oh, thank you for calling. And then this one kid calls Bill Burr, and Bill Burr's like, and the kid says, "Well, I just wanted to talk to you." And he goes, "Okay, great," and hangs up the phone. The kid calls back. He's like, and the kid says all kinds of things. He's like, well, he goes on to a whole thing where he compares everything to the changing the oil in the car. I don't know. But then I forgot all about that part. Yeah, it's more nuanced than I thought. What the fuck do you give a shit, right? You're just dealing with the lumpy gravy in my brain, aren't you? It's lumpy gravy. But it gets to the end, and the kid's all like, "I love you," and he's like, "All right," and he hangs up the phone. And then there's other sketches, and Chapel Roan, who I always thought it was pronounced Chapel. I always thought it was like Chapel. Chappelle? No, I thought it was Chappelle. It is Chapel. It is pronounced like Chapel. I read it like Chappelle. Well, I don't know. I listened to one of her songs and I was like, I don't remember having a strong opinion on it, but it didn't impress me much either. Yeah. And then there's one where Bill Burr plays a guy in like a therapy group, and he's wearing a man bun, and he takes the part on very well. It was good job, Bill Burr. Good job, Bill Burr. Bill Burr, good job over there. Keep it up, you cunt. I listen to his podcast. People always write him emails and stuff, and they always insult him, something like "you ginger nutbag" or something. And if you can make him laugh with what you insult him with, it's good. But I don't know, ginger nutbag. How's that? Home movies. I can't do it. You ever seen Home Movies? It's a cartoon. It's an older cartoon. I think it was an Adult Swim thing. And I've watched it quite a few times. It's on Max, HBO Max, whatever the fuck it's called these days. It's so do you remember Metapocalypse, the one with the metal band? One of the guys that's big in that, or is the driver or creator of that, is Brendan Small, and he plays a kid, and it's the kid's name, his exact same name. The kid's called Brendan Small, and Lauren Bouchard is involved in it somehow. Who's involved in Bob's Burgers? I don't know if he's creator or major producer or what, but he's involved. And there's a soccer coach called Coach McGurk. Coach McGurk is played by H. John Benjamin. You may know H. John Benjamin from such gems as Archer, Sterling Archer. Hey, Lotta. Or what's that one thing he always says? Phrasing. Oh, can I try to do it like Archer? Can I do an Archer? Phrasing. Pretty fucking weak right there. Pretty fucking weak. But Archer, fucking hilarious. Bob's Burgers. He plays Bob. He played the talking can in Wet Hot American Summer. Was it a can of vegetables, corn, or something like that? Can of corn. Anyway, he actually he plays several roles, but it's like basically these three kids, and they're working on making. Brendan makes movies, and he's got two friends that like do them with him. So he makes these shitty little movies all the time, and it's cute. And then they're at school, and then there's the soccer coach, and I don't know. Home movies. I don't really know how to, but it's good. If you've never watched home movies, it just might hit the spot. Good for throwing on before bed, maybe put the sleep timer on. You watch an episode and then fall asleep to the next one, but I don't know. And then there's musical parts of it, like the Metapocalypse guy, but it's kind of like this quirky little I don't know. It's hard to describe it. Like it's quirky, funky little music. Speaking of H. John Benjamin, Coach McGurk, Coach McGurk. Home movies is worth it for Coach McGurk. He's so fucking clueless, and you gotta watch it. Home movies, telling you what. But H. John Benjamin, the funniest thing, because I listen to NPR. I used to listen to a lot more, like in the car all the time. Now a lot of times I'll just plug in a little thing and like play Spotify and listen to a podcast. I listen to so many fucking podcasts, guys. I listen to podcasts all the time. That's what I do. But I used to listen to a lot of NPR, and the funniest thing I ever heard on there was H. John Benjamin released a jazz album, like an actual jazz CD, actually released. And the NPR host, all serious, is talking to him about it. And so H. John Benjamin plays piano on this jazz CD. I don't remember what the name of it was called or anything, but the name of the group or whatever that he was in. I think it might have been named something he just wanted to name, and I think it was mostly his project. Anyway, it was mostly his project, and he hired like super legit jazz musicians, like all the other music. He's the piano. All the other musicians he hires top notch, has them come in they just do a bunch of jazz songs, and that's the CD. And so the NPR host is talking to him about it all seriously, and he's like, "Okay, now we're gonna play a song. I'll play one of the songs off the album." And it starts playing, and it's like, okay, there's some nice jazz music, and then there's this piano, and it's just so horribly bad. And you're like, well, jazz, this is actually really innovative, but it's just so bad, and it keeps going, and then the clip fades out, and the NPR goes like, what's that piece called? And H. John Benjamin goes, it's called I Don't Know How to Play Piano. This whole album was like a joke thing he wanted to do. He hired top-notch jazz musicians and had them come bang out songs. And he, without being able to play piano at all, just kind of banged along to it. I don't know. I never sought out the album. It's just the funniest thing I've ever heard on NPR. It's just him saying, it's called I Don't Know How to Play Piano. I said I listen to a lot of podcasts, right? I do listen to a lot of podcasts. I have a recommendation for you. Tooth and Claw. I think I've mentioned it before. Tooth and Claw is really good. It's like animal attacks and stuff. They pad on extra nonsense at the end, but it's a goofy little group of guys, and sometimes they're a little too much and a little too annoying, but they tell the animal attack stories really well. It's excellent. You should check it out. Something else I've been listening to is called Infamous America. And there's a few things, like it'll run over like 3 or 4 or 5 different half-hour things. And, you got to skip through the ads, which is nice on the things because you got the 15-second skip. So ads come on, you hit skip a few times, and then you're back to you're continuing on with the episode. So Infamous America. I listened to one other thing on there. Like, I don't just start at the beginning. I look for, things that sound interesting. I forget what the first one I listened to was. Some kind of mobster. Some kind of mobster, yeah. It was about a Polish serial killer it was. Oh man, it was a Polish serial killer. Well, not really a serial killer. I was right, but it was more the mob. He killed, I mean, yes, but it was because he was working for the mob and he came up that he kind of worked a little freelance too. But he was like a killer for the mob. The Iceman. That's what it was, the Iceman. I listened to the Iceman. That one was pretty interesting. And then the one I listened to like yesterday and today it's like transposing the filming of the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie with Ed Gein and the things that he did, because he's the crazy guy, man, that like made lampshades out of people and shit. And had like skulls for like the top half of a skull cut off for a soup bowl, shit like that. Like crazy guy. I think he had a belt of nipples. They didn't mention that in here, but I remember something about he had a belt of nipples. But it's like he actually only killed like 2 people that they know of for sure. A lot of the shit, he just would like dig up people that were recently deceased, from what I understand. So Ed Gein had some fucking problems. They caught him, died in jail in, what'd they say, 1984 at the age of like 79. And the stuff about the Texas Chainsaw movie is kind of like interwoven through it because the Ed Gein thing kind of like inspired a little bit, but it tells all about the filmmakers and like even like how they had a movie before that and how it came to be and how everybody got screwed out of money and the conditions on the thing. And I don't know, it's interesting. You guys might be interested in that. Like, you're all horror movie buffs, aren't you? You like them horror movies. The same guy that does that podcast does one that I listened to a whole bunch, and I think I pretty much burned the thing out. Legends of the Old West. Legends of the Old West. It's the same guy. I don't know his name. But the best one it's about, like, the name's pretty self-explanatory, and it's the same format. Like 4 to 6 parts, 4 or 6 episodes per topic. And it goes through all the Old West stuff. There's a bunch of stuff about Deadwood, and then they actually talked to some people from the Deadwood movie because it was around the time the Deadwood movie was coming back out. So the Dan guy, that worked in Schwerigen's bar, cocksucker, Mr. Wu, don't forget Mr. Wu, cocksucker, Schwerigen. That's gonna be real loud. That's what I should set the volume on, is me hollering cocksucker right there. Cocksucker! Schwedgen! Because Wu didn't speak very good English. He only knew a few words. Hi dang! He crossed his fingers. Hi dang! Wu Schwedgen! Hi dang! Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Yeah, so there's all kinds of good shit on Legends of the Old West. Just finds ones that are interesting. My favorite one was Red Cloud's War. An Indian, it was the rise of this Indian and how he fought back. There's lots of good fucking Indian stories on the Native Americans, Native American stories. There's lots of good Native American stories in that Legends of the Old West, like ones that are centered on them and what they do and what they go through. And I don't know. Native Americans had a fucking rough time, man. They did. Whew. It's rough. It's rough. Okay, that's all that stuff. Oh, I have a few fucking things written down on the back of here. Have a few so I cleaned off my whiteboard. I've got a little whiteboard, you know, that you put the dry erase markers on. That's what it is, a little dry erase. It's not very big, but it's kind of setting by my desk. And I have got shit that's been on there forever, and a lot of it I didn't erase. But I cleaned a bunch of shit off of it that I didn't need anymore. And I got a few things written on it. I didn't erase them, but I thought I'd share them with you here. So the first one is, like, I don't know if I thought they'd be song lyrics or what, you know. I think that I thought they'd be good in a song. So, but first one is, we know that you're simple. Yeah, we know that you're simple. Which is another way of saying we know that you're dumb. We know that you're simple. I don't know, that's not real good. And then I got this one. That's some poisonous talk. Poisonous talk. That's some poisonous talk. How about this one? A figment of your imagination's prejudices. Why, that's just a figment of your imagination's prejudices. That's it. That's all we got today. Just a really short one. Wait. I don't think Josh will mind. I'm going to put fucking Sidewinder Blues right here at the end of this. He'll probably put it up on the Shit Yo Pants vids at some point. But for right now, here's a little Sidewinder Blues. So Josh does all the things. He plays guitar, he makes up words, and I play the slide whistle, like that little thing. Like, hold on, I should come back and put a little sound effect right here. What was that? 5:15. Okay, so I'm playing the slide whistle, trying to play it like a flute or something. It starts off loud in the song, but then it gets quieter. Like I'm not as close to the recording thing. I'm trying to put it through the speakers more, but it sounds better when I'm just closer to the thing that's recording. Anyway, Sidewinder's Blues.
He's got his drunk pants on.
Your motherfucker's brother, something shit like that. All right, is JP doing all the things and me playing the fucking side whistle?
He's got his drunk pants on. Sidewinder Blues. He's wearing those drunk pants every day. He's got a Sidewinder Blues. He's got those drunk pants he's wearing every day. Don't look where he's going. It best be safe if you get out of this motherfucker's way. My motherfucker brother's got the Sidewinder Blues. He can't see which way he's going. That mustache he's been growing since 12. He don't know what he's doing, he's just blowing the shit out of that flute. He's a fluty motherfucker. Cause a motherfucker's got the motherfucking Sidewinder blues. He's got a drunk pants. He's not embarrassed. Oh, that Sidewinder, he comes slithering up at you. He ain't got no money for another drink.
We're playing.
I tried to signal to you.
I know the blues. The blues will last forever.